here is something of a first for Battle of the Ports, the main game being an Apple II GS title. The Immortal, as you can see, is an isometric action-adventure game which was first released in November 1990. The game was developed by Will Harvey of Zany Golf fame. The game begins with the player in control of an unnamed wizard. In the first room, the player is given the option of viewing an image of the character's mentor, another wizard named Mordemir. He is calling for help from deep below in the Labyrinth of Eternity. This sets you up for a dark fantasy adventure, killing all manner of goblins and creatures, as well as meeting a few friendly helpers along the way. The game takes place on 7 or 8 level labyrinths, depending on which version of the game you are playing. There are puzzles to solve, death traps to avoid, and magic spells to be found and used. Unfortunately, my joystick will just not play ball with the Apple II GS, so playing this game was a true nightmare. A real shame because I would have loved to have tried the original properly. The next port of the Immortal we are going to take a look at is on the Amiga. As you can see, graphically this is just as nice looking as the Apple version. The sound seems to be a little shallower, however that may be just a matter of preference. Gameplay wise, it is the same game. No difference really. I think Amiga fans will like this port. The Immortal even made its way onto the Atari ST. Again, just like the Amiga game, this is pretty much the same as the Apple II GS version. Graphics have taken a hit in colour and the sound is pretty bad, but as far as core game goes, it's pretty much the same. time to take a look at a console port with the Mega Drive release. Straight away we can see that this port has taken a hit in the colour department, and even in detail. However, it does add something to the game which the other versions we've seen so far do not. When you get into a close battle on this version, we get a nice battle scene, which can be quite gruesome, especially for its time when this game was released. We also get a nice engine meter now, so we can see just how close to death the enemy actually is, as well as yourself. Gameplay wise, this is very similar to the other versions, but now we have a separate button for magic, which is handy. This is the Nintendo release, and man, I have to say that I'm rather impressed by it. Looking similar to the Mega Drive game, but with smaller sprites, but with arguably better audio and gameplay. Unlike the original, the NES game is faster and more arcade-like. The maps have also been rearranged somewhat to make it more of a linear game. Now, this may be considered a bad thing. It all depends upon what style of game you're looking for. Being a Nintendo release, of course, a lot of the gore has gone, but I was surprised to see that the close-up battles from the Mega Drive game were retained. Overall, a pretty impressive effort. So we're going to end with the IBM Compatible PC version. Now what is surprising is that this is the easiest out of all ports of the game. The enemy AI is next to non-existent when battling. They do very little in the way to attack you. Sadly, you also get no continues in this version unlike all the others, so being caught by a trap sucks because there's no second chance. I'm happy to see this version keeping the close quarter battle screens, but I am confused as to why the gore is not featured in this one. If anywhere, you'd expect the PC version to have the gore. As for gameplay, well, besides the battles being easier, the rest is just the same as the other ports. I'm happy to report that this game is dual button joystick compatible too. And let's take a look at all those versions of the Immortal running side by side.